The ultrasound is my friend. The ultrasound is my friend. The ultrasound is my friend.
Oh, these brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice. Oh, these brothers my guys, know that they fly, know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side, CJ Ike, now I gotta roll with ice.
Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Paul with Spheric Reptiles, and I thank you so much for tuning in. Before we even get started, I'll just go ahead and ask you to hit that like and subscribe button, and then let me know what you think about this comment going forward. But I just wanted to touch base on ultrasounding your ball pythons, and again, why we chose to get the ultrasound machine so early in our breeding career, I guess, our breeding hobby. I started pairing last September because that was what everybody said was a good time to do it in this area of the United States and Texas. Around September, you start pairing your animals if they're of size. The benchmark we used was anywhere from 1,300 to 1,600 grams because we knew that they would be feeding the females. And they would develop the follicles and you just start pairing them. So I did that and I did get locks. But at the end of the day, I still have some animals that did not actually lay a clutch. I had one animal lay a clutch, and I'll put a picture of that here. She laid 8 eggs. One of them was a slug and one of them was half, but right now they're in the incubator and they should be out by the time you see this video. So hopefully we'll have an egg cutting coming soon, but that's not why the ultrasound is my friend, right? So it's an investment. I think whenever you buy a piece of equipment versus an animal, then you're basically saying that I need this in order to be successful in this or to make it more efficient. So one of the things that Lynn and I discussed was, okay, do I know how to palpate? And to palpate at the time that I would actually start pairing the ball pythons, you know, the female with the male, that's anything above 15 millimeters in a follicle. But that follicle is right next to the spine. And when I was trying to palpate, I just felt so awkward in applying that much pressure to the ball python because, for one, the follicles start right after the gallbladder, which is a little bit after the stomach, which is the whole purpose of a gallbladder, right? When I was trying to apply that pressure, it just seemed like it was just too much to me. And it seemed like it stressed out the animals because I didn't know what I was doing. And I really felt like at the time, this was the main thing, my males that were pairing were starting to go off of food. So if they were to do this for about 6 or 7 months, trying to pair, trying to just to get this female to grow her follicle size and not reabsorb, and as well as produce a viable clutch, then I run the risk of stressing out my male and my male not eating for half a year. And that's just something that I didn't want to do. I care equally for the females that I have and the male animals that I have. So I just made the investment. I just made the investment in the ultrasound, and we went with Breeder Circle, and Ricardo helped me out a lot, like I said before, and just really selling me on the features and benefits of this. Plus, I looked at Small Town Exotics and Shane, just going back and forth with him. And I talked to some other breeders as well. And, you know, they were just saying, you know, choose one. There was a couple of options out there for me that I broke it down to, but the ultrasound is my friend. So I know that we got a clutch without it, but I'm feeling like, you know, this has helped out a lot. So now I got 2 females now since we got the ultrasound. A male has applied a lock to, and now they are in their pre-lay shed. So in the next 30 some odd days, we'll have 2 more clutches of eggs. So that'll really kick off our season. So I feel like I'm getting the hang of this. All right, so right here I have my yellow belly piebald female, and I haven't had a chance to weigh her yet as I just finished feeding on Friday. Let me turn her around so she's not so aggressive looking. And of course, I'll start with this side of the body moving down. Just to get even started, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and come in here and I'll click measure. Put some of the wonderful ultrasound gel on there, and you'll see how the screen changes. And what I've started doing is I just go ahead and I just smear it on the body first. So that's the gallbladder. And then if I move down, So with her, since I don't see any follicle development, then I know that she's not ready. So we need to continue to feed her and get her just ready for when she is. And we haven't paired her up at all. So this is exactly what I would expect. Just wipe all of this off of her. So here I have our pastel gravel, and she's been paired up with a orange dream clown male so that we can try to get some head clown. And you can see just how big she is right here through the middle. Let's see if I can get her to cooperate. And you can see the follicles already. Let me move up and find the gallbladder. So you can see the strings right there. So what I'll do is I'll freeze it. Let me grab a good image. So we got follicles right there. And what I'll do is I'll just come in here and click measure. And I'll hit set. I'll come over here to the other side. And I'll hit set. And I can see that these are at 15 millimeters. And what I'll do is just go down to another one. I'll unfreeze that. Just to make sure. See, she has a lot of different follicle strings in there. There's a good one. I hit the foot pedal. And again, I'll just come and do the same thing here. I'll measure this way. And I hit set. Bring it all the way across. And set again. So here with this pastel gravel, you can see that she's building up follicles. And so she's at 18 millimeters. So I should just continue pairing her and making sure that she can, until she gets to the about 35 millimeters or close to 40 millimeters, then I'll stop pairing her. So that's what we got right there for her. And so I'll clean her up and I'll grab one more for you guys so you can get a good picture as to just how this is easier than palpating. I mean, because if you've been palpating and you can do that, then it's definitely a better benefit, because if you don't need anything, then it's no sense in spending the money. But I needed to be able to do this, and I'll put her water back in and change it afterwards. Put her little hide back in. Let me grab you real quick, scooch you over, mamas. I got these hides right here from Dollar Tree. I don't know if you guys have a Dollar Tree, but to me they were very cost effective, because it allows, like, and even if they don't want to use it, I could always clean it out and use them for something else. So I thought that would be a good idea to get those. So I'll use Griselda, or pastel pod, to show you an animal that we paired that I think may have reabsorbed, but she is of size. She was over 2,000 grams. So I knew that she might have some follicle development, but I, didn't know until we ultrasounded her. Let me straighten out a little bit. Try on this side over here. She is one of the ones that I paired up and was curious as to what she would do, but when she didn't go and she didn't develop any more follicles, I just kind of knew something was up. Yeah, it doesn't look like she's going to go at all for me. So this is an example where I can stop pairing, and I can see that she completely reabsorbed, so it doesn't do me any good to continue to pair her or anything like that. So this next time when I wear her, I'll just try to see what happened. I'll chart it. But if nothing else, this proves the point in that I don't want to be pairing my males to females that have reabsorbed, even if they are the right size. Let me wipe her off. So that's, to me, that's the huge benefit. It's like your males can actually, you could actually kill your male from over pairing him, you know, because once they go off food, they only have a one-track mind. And that's why the ultrasound is my friend. Like they'll still lock, guys. So if you did all this work to get the male up to size, you know, so with me, I like to start pairing my males around 1,000 grams. That way I know when they stop eating, they shouldn't lose more than 200 grams unless something happens to where they get sick. And hopefully if you see that, then you wouldn't pair them anyway, right? Because you would want to quarantine them and take care of that issue before you try to pass anything on to another snake. So, and luckily we haven't had that. We got the husbandry down packed. You know, I have my females on this VE300X2, and then I have the males on just the on and off. They don't have pulse proportional. I got the BN Link thermostats for them. But as for the ultrasound, I really feel like it's a simplified process. I'm still getting the hang of doing it, but the one thing that I do know is that until I learn how to palpate, and I'll continue to try, then this has got to be the way that I go, because I don't know when my females are ready. You just saw Griselda, she's of size, and so when I paired her, then of course she was eating. But since she's reabsorbed, a little of the backstory is that normally when they reabsorb all those nutrients too. So like she's went off of feed for the last 3 weeks. So that was one of the reasons why I stopped pairing her to begin with, because if they're building follicles, then they'll have that aggressive food response behavior. And so that is the one reason why I wanted to ultrasound her, because it's the end of the month and I just kind of wanted to, this is what we do. We just ultrasound our females that are above 1,200 grams, 1,200 millimeters. That's crazy. But guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. Please let me know what you think. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. If nothing else, guys, for everybody that's aspiring to be reptile breeders or just really know more about their reptile keeping, continue to watch. And if nothing else, guys, enjoy the time that you spend with your reptiles and enjoy the time that you have with your family.